What is the nature of the Black Panther Party?
The Black Panther Party is a revolutionary organization. We believe in all power to the people. And within itself would say that we're not separatists, or we don't consider ourselves as being militant. We're revolutionary. We want change, and we endorse change on all ethnic groups. Everybody should have freedom to determine their own destiny.
When you say change, do you mean violent overthrow of the nation?
I don't know where you keep throwing that violent overthrow of the nation. I don't determine the tactics that the people will employ, because that would be me sitting in my ivory tower of ignorance telling the people that you should be violently overthrow the country. I'm not going to take that responsibility. I say the people decide for themselves what they're going to do.
Bobby, do you fear for your life now?
No, I don't fear for my life. They're out to murder me, but it's not a thing of fear. I accept that as reality, and I still accept my responsibility to the people.
Revolutionary. By the time, as I said, by the time he was 17 years old, he was active with the New African People's Organization, which was his mentor Watani Himba's group and Choku Lumumba's group. Choku Lumumba became his national lawyer, Watani became his business manager, and Tupac became head of the young adult section of that organization, the New African Panthers.
Please, talk. Let them know, because he's not going to tell them about Assata Shakur. He's not going to tell them about Assata Shakur.
Assata Shakur is a sister who I feel America made a target.
She walks through Havana streets. She is just another shopper. She passes almost unnoticed by Cubans. Her name is Assata Shakur. In the United States, she is known by the police and FBI as Joanne Chesimard, one of the nation's most wanted fugitives. Wanted for what police describe as the cold-blooded execution of a New Jersey state trooper back in the 70s. She denies it and says of the state cops,
"They want to just kill me. They want to see me dead."
Chesimard was convicted in the killing of Trooper Werner Foster and the wounding of another trooper in a furious shootout on the New Jersey Turnpike in East Brunswick. That's where Chesimard was wounded, and one of two men in the car with her was killed. The other later captured. Police say that after Trooper Forrester was shot down, his own gun was ripped from his holster and 2 bullets were fired into his brain. After her capture in that deadly shootout, she was sentenced to life in prison. In 1979, with the help of 3 armed men, she broke out of the women's prison in Clinton, New Jersey.
She made her break this afternoon from the prison in Clinton, New Jersey, and lawmen once called her the soul of the Black Liberation Army.
Chesimard went underground and then surfaced in the 1980s in Cuba under Fidel Castro's protection. Now, at 50 and a grandmother, she agreed to talk with me in Havana. Chesimard, or Assata Shakur, insisted she had killed no one and was railroaded by an all-white jury and by what she called racist New Jersey state troopers.
Did you shoot Werner Foster?
No, I did not. I was shot with my arms in the air, then shot again in the back, and then left on the ground to die.
Holding a weapon?
No, I was not. It was horrible. It was like a prolonged version of hell. I felt like, everything was moving around. My chest started to explode. My head started to explode. And the next thing I knew, they were coming by me and saying, "Is she dead yet? Is she dead yet?" And I was later taken to a hospital, and I was beaten. I was tortured.
And why did Assata Shakur escape from prison using hostages as a shield instead of appealing her case to higher courts?
I never received justice, and I escaped, A, because I was afraid for my life, and B, because I knew that I would never receive justice.
Now, this is unusual because she's a sister and she was in the foreground, not in the back, helping brothers get their proper justice. And then there's Mutulu Shakur, who was being prosecuted because he tried to help her get out of jail because his country wouldn't put her away.
Rapper Tupac Shakur's stepfather is being released from prison after over 35 years. Mutulu Shakur was an activist and acupuncturist in the 1960s and 70s who worked closely with the Black Panther Party and other activist groups. He was also the target of an illegal FBI infiltration program called COINTELPRO that targeted people and organizations like the Black Panther Party, Martin Luther King Jr., the American Indian Movement, and more. In 1988, Mutulu was sent to prison for his involvement in the robbery of a bank truck and assisting in the escape of another activist, Assata Shakur. Under the rules of his sentencing, Mutulu has been eligible for release since 2016, But despite a clean record in prison and a reputation for positively mentoring dozens of now formerly incarcerated men, the U.S. Parole Commission refused to release him until recently. For decades, many have called for his release and considered him a political prisoner being kept in prison for the work he's done as an activist. His stepson even mentioned him in songs along with other imprisoned black activists.
My recruitment by the FBI was very efficient, very simple really. I'd stolen a car and went joyriding over the state limit, and they had a potential case against me, and I was looking for an opportunity to work it off. And a couple of months later, that opportunity came when FBI agent Roy Mitchell asked me to go down to the local office of the Black Panther Party and try to gain membership.
The FBI wanted to destroy the Panthers. They absolutely saw the Panthers as the vanguard of a very, very threatening and violent revolutionary movement. They absolutely wanted this organization to be destroyed.
And y'all didn't even hear about it, you know what I'm saying?
Tupac was born into a family that required him to be a leader, and there was a real plan for Tupac Panther Party, which was a continuation of the Black Panthers.
Ain't no way I'm gonna sit up here and let the truth be told and not curse. So they told me to watch my language. Fuck that. So y'all forgive me. Y'all heard curses and it's bad out here. And it ain't pretty, so, you know, shit, let's be real. That's number one. My English is bad. I'm a high school dropout. You know, it's gonna be real. I'm gonna be talking like real shop. But I'm gonna be talking from my heart. Ain't nothing written down. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. So y'all got to feel when we talking this slang, so, you know, some of y'all might get lost. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna just do what I got to do. And then check this out. When I say I'm losing it, I mean I'm losing. I mean that for real. This ain't no free speech. This shit ain't like just to make it sound good. So I get y'all into it. This ain't to make it so, ooh, he felt that. I'm losing it. You feel me? I know y'all can pick up the papers and see that man got problems. And I do, but we all got problems. And mine is by my motherfucking self. You know what I'm saying? He did tell y'all about my mama and the Panthers and all that. But let me tell you where I ended up, y'all. Let me tell you where I ended up. My mama was a crack addict. I ended up in Baltimore on welfare with no lights on in high school. So we got to really watch this struggle shit. If we gonna struggle, we gotta struggle every motherfucking day till this shit is over. Let them know, bro. You know? Fuck that. All that shit that went on in the 60s ain't finna happen in this motherfucker. I'll be dropping some of you motherfuckers who leave some babies behind this shit. Trust me when I tell you that shit. Cause God damn it, I'm losing. And the only reason I'm losing is because I never had a daddy. I never had nobody to sit me down and tell me this. You know what I'm saying? They told me, but I didn't believe it because they left my mama cracked. I'm telling y'all the truth, as much as you heard me, cracked out, homeless, no life in Baltimore. And my mama put motherfucking work in. Do you hear me? My mama was a gun-packing, what I'm talking about for you motherfuckers, excuse me. But my mama put in work. You know, to be laying up in a room cracked out, I got disdain for a lot of motherfuckers. You feel me? And that's why I'm telling y'all, I got to be serious. If we gonna struggle, the struggle got to come from our heart. It can't come because we looking to it from a king back then. It got to come because I'm looking at you and you look goddamn it good to me and you my sister. And I ain't gonna let none of these crackers take you down. You feel me? It got to come like that. It got to come from my heart.
A chapter of the Black Panther Party, realizing that hunger is still running rampant in our communities, has started other free breakfast for children programs. One is here at the Holy Trinity Church, 4831 South State Street. The other one is on Western and Jackson at the Western Jackson Boulevard Church. Everyone knows that our children are growing up sickly because of the lack of nourishing food. Mayor Daley knows this, but all he does is print surveys and reports. Children can't eat statistics. The Black Panther Party was formed to meet the needs of the people, and we feed over 5,000 children a week at 3 other centers before we had school was out. One of the main functions of the Black Panther Party is to educate and teach the people. Along with our breakfast, we have a liberation school to tell Nixon and Daley why they can spend our tax money billions of dollars to send some fools to the moon and can't even feed our hungry children. The Black Panther Party says when the summer ends, our Breakfast for Children program will continue. And by the time September comes, we hope to have breakfast for children programs not only on the south side and the west side, but all throughout the Chicagoland area, not only in the black communities, but in the white communities, and the Puerto Rican communities as well.
Well, I think that the government, both national and locally, have decided that the Black Panther Party is the kind of, as they describe themselves, the vanguard revolutionary party, are marked for extinction in one way or another. Whether that means the rest of the leadership, in some situations have been the shootouts and the killing. I'm not sure who's the guilty party in those situations, but that one way or another, the Panthers are going to be, they're going to get rid of the Black Panther movement in this country.
Who were about the same age as the Black Panthers when they first started, anywhere from 15 to 30 years old. And so they were trying to replicate the Black Panthers without the mistakes, Tupac said in interviews. So obviously these were all counterintelligence program targets in the New African People's Organization because they were part of the Republic of New Africa, they were part of the Black Panthers, and they formed this new organization. So the FBI's counterintelligence program watched them very closely.
Now, how long have you been national chairman of the New African Panthers?
Matter of fact, about what, a week?
A week?
To be one of many spokespersons. And because right now, it is almost impossible for you not to see how strong rap has gotten. Because our youth and some of our adults, their ear is pinned to rap music right now. And if you really want to get our message out, you really need to start using our method.
They even visited Tupac when he was still in school, when Mutulu Shakur was a fugitive at one point, his stepfather. So they were already watching Tupac develop and evolve. And he became head of the New African Panthers. He became an obvious counterintelligence program target, or at least someone they would watch carefully. Then when he landed his first solo CD, and added wealth and fame to that New African Panther leadership, he became a more serious target, I argue. And within a few days of his first MTV worldwide release of a political song, Trapped, police stopped him supposedly for jaywalking. They proceeded to choke him unconscious and beat his head against the curb.
Cameraman, all of this is scars I'll go to my grave with.
I can't see
These are
it.
learn to be a nigga scars. That's what
Who
these
did that
be.
to you?
Oakland Police Department. All above my eye, all of that.
Why?
And I pay their salaries. Because I was an outspoken young black man. They were sweating me for jaywalking.
You were jaywalking and they stopped you?
And I swear to you, I don't even know what jaywalking is. Didn't until they beat me down for it. They stopped me. They asked me for my ID. My real name is Tupac Shakur. There's nothing fake about me. There's no stage name or stage aura. That's my name, and that's how I said it. My name is Tupac Shakur. Just because my name wasn't John Brown, it irked them. So they started, saying, "What your mother name you that for?" Blah, blah. So I got hot. That was beyond the call of duty. So I was like, give me my citation, let me go about my business. And I said the words that NWA made famous.
And I showed that there was other incidents where people died in police, from those police tactics. After that, there was a drive-by on his limo when he was going to the film premiere of Juice, his first, movie.
On the set, the motion picture Juice, Fab Five Freddy with one of the stars of the movie, Tupac from Digital Underground. You from Oaktown?
I'm originally from New York, but I live in Oaktown now.
There we go. My man went cross country to get large, coming back to get larger.
Still getting paid.
Tell us about, you getting crazy papes? Tell us about your character in this movie, because I know you're the villain.
Yo, I play me. Straight ruthless villain, straight killer, straight take no scissors. You know what I'm saying? Straight popping partners.
Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? Yo,
that flavor.
Tupac will go ahead and rock this. It's just me clowning around with these dudes, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy though. It's just sick. You're not gonna expect it. I'm not gonna tell you the plot, but it's sick.
I'm ready to see it already. As far as this scene right now, we got a DJ battle going on. What scene are you doing in this flick? I mean, as far as this scene goes.
It's like the kid in the group with me, Q, he want to be a DJ, but I want to be a hood. So it's like we're going to this thing, but it's really just an alibi for us to pull this robbery. So while this going on, we really getting ready to go, you know what I'm saying,
put somebody naughty?
Pull a jack move.
Put a jack move?
See
Okay. Straight up jacking, West Coast Slidang. Well, anyway, we're going to roll into an ultra hype video. We're going to be looking forward to seeing you in the movie. I know you got to run back over there and do another scene.
And help me make my money. All you got to do is come to the movie and I will get paid. Thank you very much.
If you didn't know what Papers is, this is what they is right here. Papers, and he getting a bag full.
Twins.
Yo.
Then he was at the Marin Fest, and police watched as strangers punched him and then shot at Tupac and not these strangers. who did that, according to witnesses. And I show the witnesses. I show the some film sources of the exact words of the witnesses of what happened. After that, you got the Atlanta incident where Tupac's coming from a concert and two allegedly off-duty cops.
If it was wrestling, Pac was the ultimate heel. Like there was no greater heel than Tupac. Like he didn't give a flying and he like really backed up everything that he used to rap about. Pac shot 2 cops back in the day.
Yeah,
people forget
facts.
that. You know what I mean?
Wait, what?
Pac really was.
How do you get off of that?
He was. According to witnesses, both white and black, they said they ran this white group ran over Tupac's car, smashed the window of his car with the butt of their gun, and shot at him. And Tupac merely rolled out the back, grabbed a security guard's gun behind him, and shot back at him in self-defense. It was found that the gun they were using was a gun stolen from a police evidence locker. Okay, they call that a throwaway gun, according to police have said in court testimony. It's a gun they put down in case they make a wrongful shooting, a wrongful killing. So these are some of the incidents before he was actually shot and killed. And then you get to the incident with the
and ATF about a year afterwards, while I was working with Death Row Records in regards to racketeering within Death Row Records, and also at that time, the mayor of Compton, Omar Bradley, some other things that occurred within the city. I didn't know that the FBI at that time was following Reggie, showed the homeboys, and that's how things started out with the FBI.
Reggie provided a lot of information. He was in a very high-level position of Death Row Records. He was very aware of what we were doing in terms of investigations, numerous investigations on Death Row Records and Suge Knight. We executed search warrants. He helped provide information. Reggie had a game plan, and he made it very, very clear that he wanted to take over Death Row Records. Make no mistake about that.
With the recent arrest of Keefe D, how do you feel about that in relation to the murder of your son, Tupac Shakur?
That's a tough one, but it's very clear he's just a tool. He's always been a tool. And there's just time that they used him for what they wanted to use him. Because if you couldn't see if it was the government, Justice Department, the LAPD, the Las Vegas Police Department, and several other entities. Anytime, a black man gets strong, that has the potential to lead other black people, he's not going to survive. You know that they name a street after you. They give you a star on the street, but you're gone, and your desire to do what you wanted to do is gone with it.
Absolutely.
Tupac was a leader, and he was going to put away all that silly stuff, all that East Coast, West Coast, and he was going to get back to the basic of educating people, not just black people, all people, about the contradictions in society.
The fact that Keefe D wasn't the shooter, does it mean any more or any less? Or are you happy that somebody is actually being charged who admittingly was involved with the murder of your son, Tupac Shakur?
I think it does absolutely nothing. I'm just as empty by the loss of my son as the rest of the world is. Everybody can see through this thin veil of deceit. It was ridiculous. They didn't believe it when he was on YouTube, Vad every week, talking that stupid stuff. He's just not an intelligent individual. And the people they use to fabricate their story, their belief, are not usually intelligent. And I don't feel bad that, in fact, he got arrested, but I don't think it's closure. I think it's still open to debate. But I don't think we'll ever find out who really did the shooting. But we know it wasn't no one individual. And I don't think he might have been involved in it, Keefe D, but he was a pawn. He was being used, basically, maybe by the government, maybe by Death Row. But Death Row and the government is one and the same at this particular time.
Okay.
Not for nothing.
And so the fact that he wasn't the shooter and he was arrested, you feel good, bad, indifferent?
Well, I have no feelings about it whatsoever, because it's not true, if you know what I'm saying.
Okay.
It's not the truth. It's just another pawn being moved in the game of chess, to just move the pieces around to create that gray area, to create that continual story that we don't know who did it. It could be anybody.
Okay.
And that's what they want. And even if we found that, if a man came up out of the woodwork tomorrow and said he did it, who would believe him? In light of what's been happening lately with this.
Based on the conspiracies and the
Everything.
stories,
Right.
and all of the misinformation and things like that.
It's been ridiculous.
Okay.
They just keep throwing mud on the wall so something sticks.
Right.
That's what they do. That's what the government does.
The Shakur legacy is way bigger than rap. It's way bigger than violence. It's way bigger than the story of bank robbery or things like that. Shakur legacy is of healing and love, and the music industry should be very careful about trying to control the narrative of who the Shakurs were. Sure, the work that our family, our parents have done is way bigger than hip hop. I wanted to ask, how did his teachings influence Tupac's music?
I mean, one of the reasons that TMZ is with us today is because Pop screamed his name out on records.
Yeah.
Everybody knows the lines.
Yeah.
Ride for Mutulu, like ride for Geronimo. That's family. You know, the impact of this family is substantial.
Yeah.
And I feel like our job now is to carry it forward responsibly. You know, we have a family's legacy of tenants' rights. We have Hawkeye's legacy of music. We have Mutulu's health legacy. And, you know, the positive things this family was able to produce, we want to keep pushing.
Yeah. Tupac was raised by this man. Yeah. His everything who he was formulated and sculptured by the presence and the absence of this man in his life. And so the reason why we have a Tupac is because his father was a political prisoner. His father was an activist. His father was a healer, and then taken from him, and he was left to do his best to fulfill his father's dreams. We're fighting the former record executive Tom Wally, who has not handled, executed my mother's trust properly, and is part of the bastardization of how the Shakur name is being played out. So we're working towards reclaiming that with the help of our attorneys, Londell McMillan, Donald David. We're not afraid of making sure that at least the legacy of the Shakur family stays intact.
It's like that. It's hard out here. Like they say, we got war. And in war, everything is good. It's all good. You feel me? And when I say thug life, I mean that shit. Because these white folks see us as thugs. I don't care what y'all think. I don't care if you think you a lawyer, if you a man, if you an African American, if you whatever the fuck you think you are. We thugs and niggas to these motherfuckers. You know? And until we own some shit, I'ma call it like it is. How you gonna be a man and we starve? You know? And you can walk by 5 different houses and a man in either one of them motherfuckers. How we gonna be a man? How we gonna be African Americans? We out here dying. We thugs and we niggas until we set this straight, this shit right. We gonna stay thugs. You know? And that's real, man. It's like a motherfucker, I have nightmares. I mean this shit. I'm dead serious. And whoever I heard, I apologize. But I have nightmares, y'all. I swear to God. Shit changed me. I used to be a cool mother. I used to be cool. I used to be happy. I used to talk good. I used to talk without cursing. I used to walk, you know. But goddamn, they done took Latasha. They done took Yusef. They taking out niggas younger than me, man. And we ain't doing shit. Nobody Hutton died 17 years fucking old. When we 17, you know what we doing? Killing each other. You know that shit kills me, man. Little Natasha got a bullet on the motherfucking back, and ain't there one of y'all do a motherfucking thing. What's wrong with you, man? Fucking losers out here. This shit grieves me. Only reason I came is so I could curse at y'all and get y'all in the right motherfucking track. You dying. We are dying. That's real. We ain't got time for nothing except war. And I don't care how you got to be at war, you need to put yourself in that mind state so we can be there. If I got to thug to be at war, I'm going to be thugging. If you got to be a Muslim to be at war, be a Muslim, but be at motherfucking war, and let's go fucking shoulder to shoulder, start doing something. We can't do but so much marching, y'all. And I know y'all think it's right, but we can't. We've been marching for damn near 100 years.
This is just another conspiracy by the so-called power structure to destroy the People's Party, the Black Panther Party. And this is all it is. It's a conspiracy to destroy those who are trying to do something for the people. That's all it is.
Mike Losky, you were on a recent television show, and at that time you also used the word conspiracy. What did you mean by that, and how do you reflect on that right now?
Well, it's just very clear that the power structure in this country is is conspiring and waging an attack on the people, on all the people's organizations, because organizations like the Black Panther Party are fighting to meet the needs of the people. This is the richest country in the world, and there's thousands of hungry people right here in the city of Chicago. The power structure is willing to spend money on war in Vietnam, on trying to destroy people fighting for liberation, but they won't feed their own people right here in this city. When the Black Panther Party moves with the Breakfast for Children program to try and feed young children who never get a breakfast before they go to school, the contradictions become clear to the people, and the people understand that this country cannot meet the needs of its people. This system of capitalism cannot meet the needs of the people in any way. And so any organizations fighting for people's liberation or fighting to serve the people, like SDS, like the Black Panther Party, like the Young Lords, Young Patriots, they're feeling the brunt of fascism in this country. Fascism comes about when capitalism cannot meet the needs of its own people.
Do you see a pattern in this kind of thing? First it happened to you, now it's happening. You predicted that it would happen to your organization. Now it seems to be happening at least right here at this spot. Is there a pattern behind all this?
Well, sure. As you can see from last night, the pattern developing is attack on all organizations. Like I said, we're fighting for people's liberation. However, throughout the history of this country, it has always hit much harder on the black liberation struggle. The colonized people have always faced the hardest brunt of fascist repression. Black people have been living under fascism in this country for hundreds of years now. And it's only when organizations like SDS and when white people begin to see the need to fight against this white supremacist system and this racist system that they begin feeling it too. Like in Berkeley, California, where a struggle was made to link up struggles between white working people and black people, that they opened fire on a crowd of white students too. So fascism will come anytime that will hit on all people, anytime that the contradictions in the system of racism and the war in Vietnam begin making themselves clear. And so I think there is definitely a pattern. I think it's very clear that they're going to start moving much harder because they're afraid. They're afraid of what we're saying. They're afraid of what we're doing. And it's becoming more clear to large masses of people exactly what this country's all about. When that happens, the only way they can respond is with concentration camps, fascist tactics, just like they did in Nazi Germany. People think that people are very quick to condemn the Nazis in Germany, but what this country is doing, what the power structure of this country is doing to people around the world makes Hitler look like small time.
Killing each other because we killing ourselves. We're not. When another man, I know I've been in a position. It's out of our control. It's not like he wants to kill. He just doesn't want to die. You know what I'm saying? It's that situation when we are living in a war zone. It's not as easy as these people are making us think, that they just got some criminal ass black kids with guns. It is not like that. We live in hell. We live in the gutter. We got us stacked up 80 deep in one building. You know, by the time you get out your house, you strapped to protect yourself. Because you living in the same community that the police is carrying rifles and riot gear. Same, they need them riot, excuse my language, I'm so sorry. The same reasons they need the riot hat, the riot jacket, the flak jacket, the double vest, the 9mm Glocks with extra bullets, the tear gas, the mace, all that. Who do you think the police is using that against? Dogs? So we fighting the same villains that they fight in the street. But instead of them seeing us fighting villains in the street, we all villains.
Is your generation the one that is picking up for where the Panthers left off, saying, all right, enough is enough? The generation before us forgot about the fight. We're picking it back up.
Not only forgot about the fight, forgot about us. Yes, and we're picking it back up. Yes, and we're picking it back up.
If they really, truly want to solve the Pac murder, they would have done it years ago. Unfortunately, the government, I don't even think they really care about solving the death of Pac, the murder of Pac. You know, so the government, you know, from the time that I met Pac until the time that he died, he was always in odds with the law enforcement. He was always in odds. You know, he shot 2 off-duty police. You know, police is like a gang in America. Police, we know that, like, police is like a gang. Not only that, in Los Angeles, they really doing some investigation where they find out that there's cliques within the LAPD. Like, they really got gangs. Like, it's crazy. So Pac shot 2 off-duty police. The police is like a gang, national, in the whole USA. So if you upset, you know, you do something against they so-called brothers in blue, and whether it's in Atlanta, you on the radar of all the police across America. They didn't really like Pac because of that. So therefore, when Pac died, you think they really cared about solving his murder? It was like, to them, he was like, okay, we got rid of him. He shot 2 off-duty police. He always spoke about us in his records. They didn't really care about him.
What do you say to those that think people that Tupac faked his own death?
Did Tupac what? Faked his death?
Yes, sir.
Well, that's a very interesting question because he's no dummy, and I don't think he'd put himself in a position where he wouldn't go back. He knew if he was going back to prison, he wasn't going to get out. To tell you the truth, because he's mentioned that many times. And if you look at the Machiavelli, the 7-Day Theory, where the prince faked his death and came back, and his infatuation with that.
As I've been doing my research, the more I've been finding out. The Black Panthers was fighting for the struggle, teaching laws and exercising rights. The FBI wanted them destroyed, using informants and setting up extreme plans. That's how the Pac stepfather and godfather ended up as political prisoners locked up for decades. With close families set up, Tupac knew something bigger was at play. He made himself a target when he said he was the continuance of the Black Panther Party. The feds watched him before death row records, and the FBI had informants around him, making people wonder if they had a hand in his downfall. To put this into perspective, Tupac's worldview was shaped by direct government suppression. His mother, Assata Shakur, was a leader of the Panther 21, facing over 300 years in prison while pregnant with Tupac before being acquitted. His stepfather, Mutulu Shakur, spent years on the FBI's most wanted list and served decades as a political prisoner. His godfather, Elmer Geronimo Pratt, was framed for murder by the FBI's illegal COINTELPRO program, serving 27 years before his conviction was vacated. Growing up with family targeted deeply impacted Tupac. While media packaged him as a celebrity, his study of political philosophy fueled a revolutionary worldview. Declaring himself the continuance of the Black Panther Party signaled to federal agencies that his platform could mobilize youth, rekindling the nightmare the FBI spent decades suppressing. Long before death row, the FBI monitored his lineage and organizing. While there is no smoking gun proving the FBI ordered the hit in 1996, COINTELPRO history shows they routinely use infiltration to destroy black leaders from within. Tupac Shakur was never just an entertainer. He was the ideological descendant of a war fought in the shadows, leaving a revolutionary blueprint that challenges conventional history. Thanks for watching. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Catch you on the next One Piece.